9:23 right now as we take a live look outside to New York City. There, of course, former President Donald Trump is back there today ahead of his expected booking and arraignment this afternoon. The case against him stems from alleged hush money payments to an adult film star. And here to talk about this unprecedented case is North Central College political science professor Stephen Caliendo. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
Let's just walk through, first and foremost for everybody, what are we expecting in the day ahead?
It's changing by the moment. I would think when we spoke last night, I said, I thought it would be quick in and out. It sounds now like the former president may speak to reporters from the hallway. There will not be cameras in the courtroom during the arraignment, but the former president, I believe, is going to speak either before or after the arraignment to reporters. And so it may be a little longer than we expected, but we will not be able to see what's happening actually during the proceedings today.
Yeah, and talk about not being able to see what's happening in the proceedings. Is he getting a different type of treatment because he is a former president?
No, I don't expect so at all. I think that the legal team is probably concerned about what the former president may say during the proceedings. He really shouldn't say much at all. He's going to be processed in one place, and then when he moves up and speaks with a judge during the arraignment, he'll be asked to, he'll be presented with the charges. They'll waive the reading of the charges, which is typical, and then he'll be asked to enter a plea. He can do that on his own or through his attorney, but if he's going to say anything in that courtroom, he should just say not guilty, which is what we expect, of course, he will say. But we know the former president likes to talk, may make an argument, and I think that the legal team probably doesn't want cameras in there if that's going to happen.
And as we're looking at this live picture, you can already see a security detail. They've been there really for the last several days. Just address the security challenges for this type of court proceeding.
Yeah, I know we've talked a lot about comparisons with January 6th. I think the difference is that the New York City Police Department has a long history of being called to respond to mass protests. Lots of people in the city. I don't know how many folks are going to be coming for this. There was calls by the former president a couple weeks ago to show up. I don't know how many people are going to be there, but the New York Police Department is going to be ready in a way that the Capitol Police, understandably, were not ready on January 6th. And so there is, we also have Secret Service here, moving the former president to and from the courthouse. Streets will be closed off. He's going to get there a lot faster from Trump Tower than it would have been if he was in regular New York City traffic this morning. That's for sure.
I'm sure. Okay, and do you anticipate this case maybe setting a precedent for potential cases in the future?
It's a political precedent. Perhaps, but I don't know about a legal precedent. Remember that if Gerald Ford had not pardoned President Nixon, there certainly would have been indictments related to activities surrounding Watergate. When President Clinton left office, there were negotiations about what would happen with suspended law license, et cetera, to avoid indictments of him. So it's not that a former president hasn't ever been in a position to be indicted. It's just this is the first time that it's actually happened. And so it's more complicated because President Trump announced very early in the process that he is also a candidate for 2024. And so that puts a little bit of a different political spin on what we're going to see today.
Well, it's a big day in politics in general, so I'm sure we'll hear more from you later on today about our local
it's election
politics
day.
as well.
Red, white, and blue tie today. You got to vote.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your help.
It's good to see you.
It's good to see you as well. Like you said.